Okay, tonight we are going to go through your 2025 financial plan. This financial plan will include how you earn, how you manage, and how you grow your money. And we will be looking at the financial 2025 money plan, the worksheet that you have already downloaded. So if you don't have it, if you have not already downloaded it, please quickly do that, because that's what we're going to follow. That's what we're going to follow. Meantime, I'm trying to figure out how to share my screen so that you can see what we're talking about, and at the same time to show my face. I'm trying to figure that out. So if you just give me a moment. I've not been able to figure it out on Facebook, how to share my screen and share my show my face at the same time. But if we are not able to do that, I will encourage you, if you have bought the worksheet, please do so. If you haven't bought it, because that's what we're going to follow, please, you can do that right now and download it so that you can follow us as we do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the link right now. I'm going to put the link for those of you who don't have it. That's what we are going to be using for today. So you can quickly click on the link and download it, because that's what we're going to use. Yeah, we are in serious business here. We are not here to play, and I want you to come up with some very definite plan. Some very definite plan. There's this light behind me that seems to be, is it comfortable? This light you're looking at, I think it's blinding a little bit. Let me turn it off. I just hope it's not going to be dark. I think it's better now, isn't it? Okay. I think it's better. So if you haven't downloaded the worksheet, take a few minutes right now, go to the link and download it, because we are not talking theory tonight. We want to go step by step, planning your 2025 money. Why do we need to plan it? Because the reason is, many of you have had the same financial experience in your life that you have been repeating for the past 5 to 10 years. Look at right now, this is end of 2024. We are just a day or two to the end of 2024. And then how many of us can sincerely say that we accomplished our financial goals for 2024? And then in 2025, things are not getting better. Things are not getting better, like immediately. Nothing shows that anything is going to change. And so you need to step into 2025 with a plan. Everybody type on the comment section, step into 2025 with a plan. And we are going to walk through that tonight and tomorrow. Okay, everyone type step into 2025 with a plan. All right, so as a certified coach, as a certified executive coach, I'm going to apply my skills to help you develop a plan that has almost 100%, at least 80 to 100% chance of being accomplished, being implemented. Because it is one thing to have a plan, it is another thing to implement it. And the way that the worksheet has been built is such that it comes inbuilt with the structure to help you achieve it. Okay? So, if you haven't, okay, someone says network is extremely bad. I hope it's not from my side. It's probably from your side. It looks okay. My side looks okay here. As some of you already know, I had to invest in Starlink. Okay, I had to buy the Starlink hardware, 700,000 naira. And then I'm subscribing at 159,000 every month. Because of you, you are not paying for this. All right. So, and of course, the least you can do is to share it. So take a moment while people are downloading the worksheet that we're going to use tonight. Take a moment to share it. Please share it. That's the least you can do for me. Share it so the algorithm can make this content available for many people. Share it right now. And also put some love there, you know, put some love to this. If you really believe you are getting value from this, put some love there and then share it. Let other people know. And then in the caption, when you click share, in the caption, you can say something like, you've got to watch this. Okay. So just type something like, you've got to watch this. Okay. Yes. Step into 2025 with a plan. Fantastic. Yes. John Reward, thank you. Fausat, thank you for sharing. Fausat, good to have you as always tonight. Okay. Diana, Olga, thanks for joining us. Mayowa, it's nice seeing you. It's been a while. Okay. So, I want to know how many people here have the worksheet. All right. Just type in the comment section, I have the worksheet. Type in the comment section, I have the worksheet, so that I will know. I mean, and I don't have a way. I haven't figured out a way to share it. That's something that I need to figure out, to share it live on Facebook so we can see. Let me see. I really need to share this to be able to share this. Okay, but if you have it, it's easier if you actually have it, because I would have liked you to be feeling it as we are doing it. Okay, I would like you to follow me as I do it, because if you don't have it, it might be difficult to follow, because I wanted us to take it step by step. All right, Abbas has the worksheet. All right. Okay, hope the link will on WhatsApp group. I don't have the worksheet. Okay, so the link is right there. The link is featured. I think you should be able to see the link to download it. Okay, Abdullahi has the worksheet. Where can I get the worksheet? I just joined. It's featured. It's featured right here. So what I can do, let me also see if I can put it in the comment section. So you can download it right away. Yeah, I'm still learning this Facebook. Swipe left to reveal comments and reactions. Okay. I do not have it. You really need it. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can add it here. Okay, so the link is pinned. It's pinned right now. So if you look at the comment section, the link has been pinned. So you can get it from there. Okay, so the link is pinned. It's pinned right now. So if you look at it. Okay. All right, so let's get started. For those of you who have the worksheet, let's get started. Okay, I'm trying to get this off the screen. Okay. So I'm going to open it on my laptop in front of me here. So if you see me bending, because I'm reading it from my laptop, that's why I'm looking at it from my laptop. Okay. So why do you need to step into 2025 with a plan? We've already said so that this coming year will not be the same financial experience you had in 2024. again, many of us have a sort of, especially in this part of the world, in Africa, when it comes to finances, we seem to be just a little bit religiously off in many ways, in terms of the beliefs we have around money and finances, and also in terms of the way, the kind of understanding we have about how to make money and how to manage money and how to multiply money. Because I've seen videos of some of you, you go to prophets who have special programs, and then they tell you to lift your phone, okay? Lift your phone, and then when you raise your phone, if you have seen the videos, you can testify in the comment section, where they say to you, lift your phone, and then they will start commanding. GT Bank, I command you to send money to these accounts, to these phone numbers that are lifted up. Zenith Bank, I command you to send money. Ladies and gentlemen, that thing doesn't work. If it were to work, Nigerians will be the wealthiest people in the world, because we are extremely religious. And then many times we allow, these faulty religious beliefs, to take the better part of us. So we think that money comes by, such shenanigans, like prophesying it into your phone and things like that. You see, but money has laws, it has principles and has rules. Not once have you read anywhere that Jeff Bezos went to see a prophet to prophesy money into his phone. But this guy finds a problem, and then he creates a solution for it. And then all over the world, people are using the platform he created to solve their problems. The same thing with Elon Musk. I'm using Elon Musk's internet facility here, close to my village. And it's working perfectly well. Elon Musk does not know who I am. We don't know each other. But you see, his solution is solving problems for me, tens of thousands of miles away from where he is. And because he's solving problems for billions of people. The guy is a multi-billionaire. So it's not about going to prophesy, GT Bank, I command you to send money, miracle alert, into these phone numbers. It does not. How? Where is the bank going to get the money to give you miracle alerts? So that's not sustainable. That's why you need to have a plan. You also need to have a plan so that your financial experience will be different. And the other thing I want to mention is so that you can work with things you can control. There are so many things you can't control. And then a lot of people spent this year complaining about things that they can't control. You can't control, for Nigerians, you can't control Tinubu. Those of you from Ghana here, you couldn't control your elections. You couldn't control your president that is about leaving. There's nothing you can do about world economy. There's nothing you can do about the currency market. They are just there. So, and the most you can do is to have a plan. Plan for things you can control, and then plan along the lines of things you can't control. You can complain about Tinubu or complain about the economy from today till thy kingdom come. That complaining is not going to change it. So the only way to take control of a situation is to create a plan. Create a plan. Run your plan. If economy improves, fantastic. But if economy doesn't improve, but you have a plan. You follow your plan, not the economy. And I want to tell you that some people, even some of you in this call right now, you actually made more money in 2024 than you made in the past 2 or 3, 4, 5 years combined. If you're that kind of person, or you know someone like that, put it down here. So you see, when others are there complaining and saying, oh, there's a casting down, there are people who are saying that there's a lifting up. And that's some of the wisdom that I have shared with you, because it's very practical. Because I set up, I'm not rich. Nobody can accuse me of being rich. I have not told you. You have not seen it. There's nothing around me. I'm not rich. But one thing I do know, I can't deny, is that I have wisdom. And then the amazing thing is, like Solomon said, wisdom is the principal thing. I have wisdom. And then wisdom has given me financial peace. Wisdom has given me financial freedom. And then the way I define financial freedom is not the way some of you define it. Financial freedom is that you've come to a point where you are no longer a slave to money. Where money doesn't command you. Money will tell you, wake up by 4 a.m. You leave your family 4 a.m. And money will say, stay working in this place. Don't leave this place until 9 p.m. By the time you are getting home, it's 11 p.m. Your children are already sleeping. I had a guy who worked in a bank a couple of times. He joined my coaching group. And then after listening to me, the guy broke down weeping there because he said he had, at that time, an 11-month-old daughter. This man was never home. In the morning, he left, of course, before baby wakes up. In the night, he comes so late. He said after their bank, I don't know what the bankers in Nigeria spend all that time doing. I hope things are changing. But you see, bankers in Nigeria stay in the office till 9, 10 p.m. And you ask them, in those days, I don't know whether they still do it. They say they are doing reconciliation. But I have bank accounts in America. I had bank account in Canada. And then anytime I go to my bank in the US, people, they work normal hours. They open when others open, close when others open. Nobody stays because they have reconciliation to do. You know? So this guy was working in a bank, one particular bank, and then he was weeping because the child didn't know him. The daughter did not know him, would not let him carry. When he went near the daughter started screaming because that's like a stranger. That's not financial freedom. So you might be earning that much, but you don't have financial freedom. So you're financially free when you have time freedom, location freedom, even freedom of who you associate with. And then you have purpose freedom. You have the freedom to be able to pursue your purpose, not to pursue money. For some of you, as old as I am, you're in your 50s. And all your life, you have been looking for money. You are working, you are running business, and everything is for money, money, money. When are you going to engage with your purpose? You wake up in the morning, first thing is money. You know, customers to talk to, or going to work, going to answer to your boss or to your whatever, every single day. When are you going to engage with purpose? So you go through this cycle every single time, and it never allows you time to actually develop other parts of your life, your spirituality, develop your soul, because you're so busy trying to survive, so busy trying to pay bills. Okay? Financial freedom is also freedom from the anxiety about paying bills, because you have ordered your financial matter, your financial structure in such a way that it's not every time it's time to pay rent or pay something, there's a lot of anxiety. So this is why you need to plan, because it doesn't happen by accident. So before we go into it, and for those of you who are joining us late, please download the worksheet. That's what we're going to use for today and tomorrow. Do not step into 2025 the way you stepped into 2024 without a plan. It is scary, because you have to ask yourself, what am I going to spend? What are the things that we are going to need, my family and I, what are we going to need to spend money on? You have school fees, maybe you want to take vacation, there is feeding for the family, there's transportation, there's maintenance for your vehicles, there is health, there is insurance, there is all these things. They have a cost. And so let's say that next year, it's going to cost your family maybe a total of 12 million or 15 million naira, including the children's school fees. School fees are crazy these days. So if you have 4 children, school fees are generally like 4.5 million. Most good schools now for the year. And then you have 3 children. That is already getting to 14 million or thereabout. So the question is, how are you going to fund it? How can you step into 2025 without a plan? How are you going to fund it? Where is the money going to come from? So these are the questions we want to realistically, and I want to take you step by step to answer that question. And this is what the worksheet helps you to do. So if you don't, some of you have the worksheet, some of you don't have it. The worksheet, the link to download it is pinned in the comment section. So just look for it and then download it. So let's get started. Okay, I'm trying to get this. Okay. Now says I want to pay for it, please, using Airtel money. I'm not sure how that happens. Please do. Yeah, just go to that link. There are lots of currency options, you know, to pay for it. Okay, Abdullahi said I printed mine. Okay, excellent. Okay, all right. So let's get going. Okay. So I'm also opening it here. I thought I would have been able to share it, but for some reason, we haven't been able to figure out how to share and see my face at the same time, because I like showing my face. I've not been able to figure out how to share my my screen, and then, you know, so let's go through it one by one. Okay, so the first section, which is page 1, says, I'm reading it out. This financial freedom planning worksheet is designed to guide you on a transformative journey toward financial independence. That's what we're talking about, okay? And it is actionable. So in this actionable guide, you are going to be able to set clear goals. You are going to be able to develop income strategies. This is important. You must have income strategy. It doesn't just happen. It's lack of income strategy that makes many of us, you know, hustle, because there's no income strategy. So what usually happens, you know, January, by next month, somebody will introduce you to something. Oh, real estate, land banking, bring such an amount of money and invest with us in real estate, okay? So you do that January, you do that February. Of course, by February, you are already under pressure, because the money you put in January is not bringing anything. So you get very, very discouraged. By March, someone else says, oh, forex trading, you know, if you actually start trading forex, you know, you can become financially free. And then, of course, the forex traders on Facebook will show you their Lamborghinis and big mansions and private jet trips and things like that. Then you abandon real estate, land banking, and then March, you are into forex. Of course, forex, you get into it, they promise you big whatever profits. Then by April, you've borrowed so much money from your friends, from your mother, from everybody. You've even sold some of your furniture, sold your television, and then funded your forex account. And then by first week in May, that account is blown, and then you are level 0. Then when you are there, you hear, okay, there's this other opportunity. Buy rice, or buy grain, buy sorghum, buy guinea corn in the north, buy soya beans in the north, and come and sell it in the south. It's very, very profitable. You abandon that, in July, that is what you're doing. Do you know that some of you, if it's your experience here, just type it's my experience. So throughout the year, you've done so many things. You've put your hand into so many things. And then at the end of it, it doesn't change your financial situation. Why? Because you didn't have income strategy. This is what this plan is doing for you. So in this actionable guide, you will set clear goals, develop income strategies, and create the financial habits and systems that will help you to live this life that you want. Ladies and gentlemen, the only way that you can achieve your financial goal is to develop habits and systems. Everybody type habits and systems. That has been the missing link for many of you. That's been the missing link. Type habits and discipline. Habits and discipline. It is critical. Without habits and without creating the systems, you cannot attain financial freedom. So this worksheet not just talks about how you are going to create your income, but it also questions you around the habits you have to develop and the systems you have to create to allow you to achieve the goal. For a lot of people, that's the missing link. You didn't have the habits. You didn't have the systems. Because for the three primary financial skills, okay, the three primary financial skills, I don't know if you still remember, you have money-making system, money-making skills, money managing skills, and money multiplying skills. Those are the three major skill sets for financial freedom. So some of you have money-making skills. You make money easily. But you see, you make money easily and then you lose it easily because you don't have money managing skills. So some of you make money, some of you can manage money, but you don't know how to multiply your money through investing. And it's amazing that I find people who are 30 years old, 40 years old, even 50 years old, and they do not have investments. And they do not have investments. Okay? All right. So this is why this plan is comprehensive. Okay? If you haven't downloaded it, please do so. Okay? That's why it's comprehensive. It's called the #1 Complete Wealth Planning Guide for 2025. You've got to plan your money. The government will not plan your money for you. The bank will not plan your money for you. Your uncles, your aunties, the politicians are not interested in planning your money for you. Who can plan your money? Type in the comment section. Who can plan your money for you? Whose responsibility is it to plan your money? Your mayor? I think in Kenya, some of you joining from Kenya, you have mayors. In Nigeria, they have local government chairman. Is it your president? Is it the central bank? Is it your president's economic team? Who will plan your money for you? You, of course. You, yes. And then if you don't do it, who is going to do it for you? Okay, so now let's go to table of contents. Okay, that's page 2 for those of you who've downloaded it. So the table of content, it's arranged in a very logical order. Someone says the link doesn't open. Please check if it is your internet. I actually have that link open before me. It's open, it's working. I just refreshed. So please check your internet. And I'm going to put it in the comment section again. Okay, I've just put it again in the comment section. Yeah, you're right. It's your responsibility to plan your money. Samson Olarenwaji, you're right. Yeah, it's you. It's your responsibility. Kazim, yeah, Ziwa, you take responsibility. Godwin, it's not opening for you. Try it again. I just sent it to you as a reply. It works. It's opening. So I'm not sure why. Just keep trying. Okay. So page 2, table of content. It's sequential and logical. Your overall financial vision. That's where we're going to start. Because when people don't have a financial vision, it's very, very difficult. You know, if you go to the kind of content, I was thinking about this recently. I look at the kind of content for financial planning, for wealth building that I see online. It's mostly know-how. How to do digital marketing, how to do Facebook ads, how to trade Forex, how to invest in the stock market, the how. That's really important. But I think many times when we go to the how, we are jumping the gun. Is it jumping the gun? Yeah, we're jumping the gun because it's not just know how. You actually need to start with know what. Okay, so somebody can type it in the comment section so that others will get it. So you know what, know why before the know how. So there are the three knows that must be together in learning for powerful learning to happen. There's got to be know what, know why, and know how. So many times when people go to learn know how without having defined the know what and the know why, then they do not have that staying power. They do not have that energy, that sustaining power to see the thing through. That's why many of you start a business or you start a project, and then when you encounter the very first obstacle, you quit. I was reading the other day somewhere that Walt Disney approached about 301 banks, and they all said no. That's the Disney that all of us celebrate. If you've been to Disney, put in the chat, okay? Just type Disney in the chat if you've been there. Okay, I've been there. Very massive. You know, so the day that I was driving from the airport, I had a program in it's a town, a city in Florida called Celebration. So I flew to Orlando, Florida, and then rented a car, and I drove to my hotel close to Celebration in Florida. And then along the road I saw Disney. Massive, I don't know how many kilometers, massive space. Massive space for those of you who've gone to Disney. So before the dream became a reality, the guy went to over 300 banks, and they all said no. He kept on going because he was so convinced about what. He had the know what, and he had the know why of Disney. So decades after he's dead, Disney is still there, you know, today, helping children and helping families, you know, until recently when they went woke and started, they just became woke and all that. So, and they started having issues. But Walt Disney had a great plan. So the fact that you have a plan, the fact that you know the know-how is not enough to sustain you, to keep you with, give you that grit and that patience you need to make your money happen. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I have been very, very sincere and true with you from the beginning that money is not a get-rich-quick thing. Wealth takes time. Wealth takes time. The number of years I've put into what I'm doing, and I'm not even rich. I'm not even rich. I'm on the journey. Because it requires patience, and it requires wealth requires patience, and it requires perseverance. So the reason many of you start something and you don't sustain it, you start inventing or you start innovating something and you don't sustain it because you do not have a very strong know why. So this is why the first part of the plan, okay, if you have downloaded it, please open it. All right. Okay, Fausat has downloaded. All right. So the link is working. Okay. So if you've downloaded it, please open to page. We are page 2 now. All right. So we will now start. We'll talk about the know why, your overall financial vision. Why are you doing it? You know, I have some very, very strong whys. I have very strong whys, and my whys might be very different from your own. Because I'm asking myself, suppose something happens, you know, today to me. What happens to my children's children, because at this level, I'm not even worried about my children again. I'm worrying about generations, about legacy. I don't want my grandchildren to start all over, to start from ground zero. And I have a number of something that I want to leave in investment for my children's children. I also want to do certain things in Africa. So I have a very strong why. I have many things, that God has laid on my heart to do in Africa, in different countries, in Sierra Leone, in Senegal, in Algeria, in Rwanda, in Uganda, in Tanzania, in Botswana, all over, in Ghana, in Togo. I have a vision which I was given since 1981. I read a book that changed my life, and God spoke to me through that book. It's called The Mustard Seed Conspiracy. That book changed me. That was 1981. I was just about 15 years old plus. And then I was told, I'm giving you a mission in Africa, in the Pacific, and in the Caribbean. So that's my know why. So I need the financial fitness to allow me, to give me that kind of position where I can be in Zimbabwe today, and then in Zambia the next day, touching lives, helping communities come out of poverty. I have systems. I know what it takes for Africans to do it for Africans, because for all these decades that Oyibo people, Americans, Europeans have been giving you aid in quote, Africa is still poor. Aid that is no aid. Aid that is like crutches, you lean on them. Aid that is like, they give you 1 billion, they don't even give you $1 billion. They give you $20 million, and then they come through the back door and collect 2 billion from your natural resources. So I know that Africa needs to do this. Okay, Africa needs to do this. So I have a strong why. Because I'm 59, I've had incredible life. I have had the career that most people only dream about. Working in Shell, from Shell to Chevron, from Chevron back to Shell, working with Stanford University. How many people do that? Working with Stanford University. Teaching at Lagos Business School, teaching at China Europe International Business School. Guys have had an incredible life, but I'm not even arrived yet. So it's not for me. I'm not living for me. What I'm doing for you right here, you are not paying for it. And I committed to do it for 1,000 days. That is way into August of 2027. Every day to show up for you like this. I'm the one buying the internet, buying everything I used to speak to you. So many times, in between flights, in between different cities, I'm still doing this for you. Because I have a know why. What is driving me is not your attitude. What is driving me is not your comments. What is driving me is not whether you are telling me, oh, this is fantastic, you are doing well or not. You can see some of the comments I get and some of the hate, I get. But it has not stopped me. Why? Because I'm not doing it because of those people. And then I'm doing this because I'm hoping that through this effort, that some of you, who knows, within the next 1,000 days, I might be able to reach 1,000 of you from Africa, from the Pacific, from the Caribbean. So I know some of you already have been following me from Fiji Island. Some of you have been following from Guyana. Some of you from St. Kitts and Nevis in the Caribbean. Some of you from different parts of Africa. Okay, you've been following. So I'm hoping that in 1,000 days, even if I get 10 billionaires to join me, so I become one myself, and then I get you to join me. Do you know what 20 of us, if 10 of us, 10 billionaires, who have this kind of mindset, do you know what we can do for Africa? We can do for Africa what the American government has never been able to do for Africa. For 50 years, we can do it in 5 years, for Africa. Okay, just give me a moment. my lights went off. As some of you might have noticed that the lights changed. So hang on there. Let me find something. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Infrastructure here. As I'm doing this, I'm running on generator. I'm running on a diesel generator right now. Then some of you know how much diesel costs. All right, doing this because I have a strong why. It's not because you're paying me, because I don't know how many of you have actually paid me. I don't know how many of you have even attempted to pay for the financial fitness challenge that we hold. Next one is coming up in February. I'll give you details. Okay. So that's why we start with know why, because it is your why that will keep you going even when the odds are against you. It's your why that will keep you going. Give me a second. I need to get one more. I need to get something to charge. Give me a second. Don't go anywhere. All right, so I'm back. See all kinds of gadgets that I get just to make this happen. I bought this one from the US just to make this thing that we're doing happen. Because here sometimes we don't have electricity for days in this location. But every evening I still have to show up. All right, like I tell you to keep showing up because you never know. So I might never tell which of you might take all these things I'm giving very, very serious and then change your life, change your family's life, change your community and change your country. I never know. You know, maybe it could be, maybe the person that's going to change the country, the person that's going to change Botswana, maybe the person that's going to transform Burkina Faso is right here now. It's right here now. So I keep showing up. Like I keep telling you to, because I never know. I never know. Okay, so that's why we're going to start with your why. Why are you doing this? It's important to talk about why do you need to make money. The why is important, okay? And then we now start with your current reality. Where are you right now? Because to plan for the future, you need to know where you are. Then we talk about your financial goals for the year. Then we do the income strategy. We talk about your income sources. Then projections from sources, okay? Detailed budgeting. Then what needs to happen for you to achieve these goals? Because it's not just enough having the goals. So many people do not succeed because they do not ask themselves, what do we need to put in place? You know, we're talking about systems. We're talking about the disciplines, the habits you need. So we'll go through them one after the other, and I'm going to give you examples, okay? So flip on to page 3, everyone. Flip on to page 3. And then what we're going to do to make this very effective is when we get to a particular one, I would like you to fill your own, okay? And if you want to come on video, I think you can request to join me on video. So if you have the worksheet and then you want to come on video so that I can give you live feedback, you can request to join me on video. And then I'll give you live feedback, and then You can leave and then we go on to the next one. Okay, does that sound like a deal? The other thing you can do is just type it in the comment section and then I'll be able to give you some feedback, okay? Okay. So, so number one, section 1 is overall financial vision. Why are you doing this? So your financial vision is the foundation of your journey. Always start from the vision. It's important to always have your know why. Don't just wake up and say, okay, because you saw somebody, you saw Obi Kubana driving this particular, or you saw the David, what do they call him? The musician, the young musician, Davido. You saw him driving some whatever. Even that is a why, but that's not a very good vision. And then you just say, I want to have cars. You know, you just see somebody, you see something on social media, and then you want to make money because you want to make that car. That's a very poor vision. So, what does a successful financial future look like for you? That's the vision you need to create. Take a moment to envision your life in the next 5 to 10 years. Having a clear vision will keep you motivated and focused on your goals. Having a clear financial vision will also keep you from being distracted. By the things you see on social media. 90-something% of those things are fake. Ladies and gentlemen, I know true billionaires. I've worked with them. One of them coached me. One of them introduced me to the world of investing, to introduce me to the world of the stock market, and then also to mutual funds and to the financial markets. The financial markets is where the most money is made. It's where the most people, all these multi-billionaires is financial markets. So over time, we'll talk a little bit more about the stock market, because it looks to me like all these things I've been talking about stock market, people have no idea. Just within the week, people made millions. Just within the week. Through the stock market movement, within 1 week, people made 10 million, 20 million, 30 million within 1 week. Nothing gives you that. Okay? So, these billionaires are not the type you see on social media. If they walk past you, you won't even know. But these guys are money, quiet money. So you need a financial vision so that you know what you're pursuing, and then you are not distracted by the online billionaires, who show you all these flashy things. I see those people. I see them, but I'm not distracted. And because that's not the way I measure my wealth, that's not my financial vision. I don't envy them. I don't want to be like them. So you have to define it. All right. So I gave an example there. By 2030, I have achieved the freedom to control my time, to control my finances and location. Just dream it. Imagine another 5 years, which is going to be 2030. Where do you see yourself and your family financially? Okay. I did this many years ago, and I saw my children graduating from top schools in the world and then doing extremely well. I tell you, financial vision works. Doing extremely well. Okay. Now, all of them have graduated. They are doing extremely well, just like I had visualized. So these things are not, it's not luck. It's not kalo. It's something that you have to be intentional, especially if you're a man or you're a parent in the place. So what is your financial vision? So now you want to write it in the present tense. So don't say, I am going to be, or I will be, or I will have. So put it in present tense. That's how to make a good vision. I am financially independent. I'm working from anywhere in the world. I'm enjoying the flexibility to spend time with the people and pursuits that matter most to me. Okay, so that's an example of a financial vision. Your financial vision can include something like having dual citizenship. Because for some of us, many of us from different countries in Africa, especially in Nigeria, you're limited. That passport limits you. That passport limits you. You can't travel to so many countries. But there are passports you hold, some European, even some Caribbean passports you hold, and then it allows you to travel to literally 70-80% of the world, visa free. Can you imagine, having that? So it's part of my financial vision. That's what I'm saying. So what I want you to do right now, so I'm going to give you, especially those of you who have the worksheet, I'm going to give you 1 minute to type something, to fill your own. Then I will look at it and then I can provide feedback and critique it so you can measure it. So don't worry about it being perfect. It mustn't be perfect. So just learn what we are doing now. Then when you go back, you can always put it. But make it simple. Don't complicate it. Where do you see yourself, financially speaking? And now, if you're, for instance, young family, you're just married and raising children, you have to think about it like I did when my children were young. They are all adults now. One of them is already married. So I had to think about the vision, my financial vision, in relation to the kind of education I wanted to provide for them, the kind of experiences I wanted to provide for them. The reason, just like my friend took his family once, they went to Europe, they spent some time in Italy, went to a couple of places by train and then came back. And then he said something I've never forgotten. He said, my brother, that I took my children out to Europe, not because I have the money or I can afford it, but he said he wanted his children to know that there are other places in the world where you turn on the electricity, you turn on a switch, and then electricity comes. It was so graphic, the way he described it. You turn on the faucet, and then water runs. Those of you in Nigeria will understand. Those of you in other parts of the world, some of you in South Africa may not understand. But here in Nigeria, you can be born here and die here, and then you think that electricity is a privilege. You think electricity is luxury. But you go to other parts of the world, okay? You go to other parts of the world, and electricity is like 24 hours. It's the norm. It's abnormal. It's like natural disaster for electricity not to happen. But in our own case in Nigeria, it is natural disaster for you to have electricity. Where I am now, we've not had electricity since last night. So I burned diesel. I'm using a diesel generator. So he said, I wanted my children to go to places and realize that there are other windows in the world, that everything is not what they're seeing here. And that was fantastic, I did the same thing, for my children. We spent quite a lot of money traveling, like literally every summer. They will go to Europe, or they will go to America, spend 3 months, when they were much younger and things like that. So that's part of the financial vision, okay? Somebody said, let me see what Fawaz said, I'm from Ghana. I don't understand too. Yeah, Fawaz, I understand, I see there's a lot of online war between Nigerians and Ghanaians. So Ghanaians and South Africans mock Nigeria. And then somebody from Cameroon also said that Cameroon is a generator republic. Sorry, that Nigeria is a generator republic or something. I found it really hilarious. And I don't blame you guys, because imagine a country of 200 and something million people, and we are not producing up to 6,000 megawatts. Whereas South Africa, at the time you guys were like 48 million, you were producing, or was it 48 million or something? You were producing like 48,000 megawatts, even though I hear you are having issues right now. So you see, this man said he wanted to take his children around the world to expose them, to know that that's not how life is. And I agree with you, Fawaz, because Ghana is like my second home. We've adopted some children from Ghana, and then I have lived in Ghana, especially when I was working for Stanford University. Yeah. So, what is your financial vision? All right, so type your own, take a minute and do that. What's your financial vision? When you look at the future, where do you see yourself financially speaking? Everybody, Everybody, even if you don't have the worksheet, type it so that I can give you feedback. And those of you who have, do it. Fawaz says, maybe because our jollof, Ghana jollof, is better, so I don't understand you. All right, let's not start that war here. Let's not start that jollof war here. That jollof war will never end. Okay, Abbas says, by 2030, I have achieved the freedom to control my time, finance, and location. I'm financially independent, working from anywhere in the world while managing my businesses and investments remotely. Fantastic. This flexibility allows me to spend my time with the people and pursuits that matter most to me, helping them achieve similar results. Fantastic. I like that. Fantastic. Okay. And I'm going to tell you what to do after that, Abbas. All right. Any more? For those of you who have the worksheet, and those of you who don't have the worksheet, the link is pinned. You need to work on it, because that's what we're going to do throughout today and also tomorrow, because I need you to step into 2025 with a plan. Don't step into it the way you did last year, and then you struggle through the year. Okay. All right. So so I hope that one is clear. That's one, financial vision. So what I want all of you to do, is to create your vision board. You see, every dream has a financial cost. Type it. Somebody type it in the comment section. Every dream has a financial cost. So that's why many times your vision board somehow reflects your financial vision. Every dream has a financial cost. Every dream has a financial cost. Okay, so I need you to develop your vision board. Okay, I have my vision board. I also have it digitally. So a vision board, how do you create a vision board? I'm seeing, so why are you deliberately ignoring my questions? Payel, I didn't see your question. What's your question? Please type it again. I'm not deliberately. You know, I have to pause to look at the comments. I'm not looking at the comments as we... so type your question. Perry says, are we buying the worksheet? Yeah, of course. Go there. Okay. Faith for 5. Yes, I need a plan. I'm going to follow along with you. Very good. Okay. So Payao, I don't know what your question is. Ask it again. Yes, Asema Kelvin, thank you very much. Every dream has a financial cost. You know, some people just dream. For instance, I can't type on my worksheet now. I'll go through the worksheet very well. Yeah. No, you're going to need a PDF, PDF editor. If you're using Mac, your preview allows you to type directly into it. Otherwise, what you can do is actually to print it out. Sometimes it's actually better. Print it out and then write on them. Yes, Fawaz, every dream has a financial cost. Yes, absolutely. Samson, absolutely. Very good. Every dream has a financial cost, okay? Solomon, in 5 years' time, I want to have my freedom to control my finance. Okay, very good. Okay. Godwin, by 2034, I have 3 industries producing over $200 million annually to enable me fund my desire of helping the single parents with children. Fantastic. Okay, that's good. All right. And many times in setting your vision, you don't want to focus too much on the how. You don't want to focus too much on the how. The vision, from what I read there, is actually to help, did you say single parents or something like that? Let me see. Yeah, to help single parents. So that's the vision. Many times you don't want to straight or to constrain yourself to a particular way of doing it. Like you're talking about building industries to do the $200 million. So it might not come from building industries. So you don't want to constrain yourself, because as you grow, you might discover that it is not going to come from building industries. It might come from trading. It might come from exporting and importing. It might come from innovation. It might come from building an app, building a technology company or something like that. Okay, so you want to focus on the goal, on the vision, not how, in the way you are stating it. But so you leave yourself very flexible. Does that make sense? You make it very flexible, so that as you learn more, you are not constraining yourself to a particular way of making that vision happen. Okay, every dream has a financial goal. Okay, Paya, I'm still looking for your question. I don't see it. I don't see what your question is. I'm not avoiding any question. I mean, for what reason? If I were here to avoid your question, I wouldn't be holding this in the first instance. Okay. All right. So now I need you to create your vision board. What is your vision board? For instance, Chiku talked about working with widows. You go around the internet, or in those days we used to have magazines. I don't think we have magazines anymore, or online magazines. Look for pictures that pretty much describe the elements of your vision. Look for those pictures. Cut them if it's from physical. Cut them. Then if it is not physical, if it is from images online, download it. Or you can even create the images using AI tools like Bing, okay, like Microsoft Bing. You can use that, and then you just give the AI image generator. You say, okay, show a cartoon of a man helping dozens of families, single mother families, and do it on a white background or transparent background. So when you do that, the AI can generate the image for you. So you download it and then put it somewhere. You can use like a large board, okay, or like what I did in my own. I did it in an A3. Okay, so I designed it online with A3. I had all those images that represent my financial vision or my vision in life. And then I saved it as a JPEG, which I have on my phone. I have it everywhere, screensaver. I have it by my bedside, and I carry it along. So because it's important that you keep your vision before you, that you see it visually all the time. Because the more you visualize this thing, vision boards are amazing. The more you begin to see opportunities that allow you to accomplish the things you have in the vision. Okay, everybody, turn to page 4. Turn to page 4. So on page 4, we have 1A. Okay, so 1 is dealing with your current reality, your current financial reality. Now, I work with many business teams in different parts of Africa. I've worked with teams in Angola. When I was working with this company in Angola, because Angola they speak Portuguese. So some of them understood English. So they were in 2 different rooms. One, the people who spoke Portuguese had a translator, and the people who spoke English. It was really very interesting. Anyway, so one of the things I do when I'm leading corporate retreats or board retreats for organization is to always start with the current reality. Because what I've discovered over the years of doing my work, and it's a quote attributed to me, many companies that have worked with me, including MTN, including Flutterwave, Kutix PLC, Chikasen Group, many of these companies, they will remember this statement. Every transformation, or if you like to say all transformation, begins with truth telling. Somebody type it in the comment section. Everybody type it. It says every transformation begins with truth telling. Every transformation begins with truth telling. And I'm going to explain that. Okay? Transformation means you want to change something from where it is to a better, a better version of what it is. That's transformation. You want to see transformation in your business. You want to see transformation in your finances. You want to see transformation in your relationship, in your marriage. Okay? You want to see, some people have their marriages at the verge of collapse. So you want to see transformation. So we are saying, sometimes it could be your health. We're saying that every transformation begins with truth telling. In other words, if you don't start with truth, if you don't start with authenticity, if you don't start with things as they truly are, not as you want them to be, you cannot transform a situation. Okay? If you don't start with truth, you cannot transform anything. Because you have to tell yourself the truth. It's like when you go to the doctor and then you have a disease and you don't tell the doctor, you don't give the doctor your symptoms, and then you refuse for them to do tests. So maybe you have a venereal disease, but you refuse to tell the doctor, okay, I have headache. They say, okay, let's do blood tests to understand why you're sick. He said, no, you don't allow them, that I just have headache. So what will happen? The doctor will treat you for the headache, but will your disease go? No. Your disease will not go. That's why you always start with the truth. Tell yourself the truth. You are broke. You don't have skills. You are not qualified. That's the truth. You don't earn enough money. You have been very careless with money. I've made mistakes with money. I truly don't know anything about investment. So that's where to begin, with telling the truth about where you are. Lizzie, yes, Lizzie, this, I'm not going to delete it. There's going to be a replay, so it's going to be on my page. There's also a pinned comment that will allow you to download the worksheet, because we are going to continue with it tomorrow. We want to make sure that everybody walks into 2025 with a plan. Payal says, my question is simple. I thought you were voluntarily assisting or freely helping to achieve financial freedom, but already buying a form, in my opinion, doesn't seem free to me, and it doesn't seem to remain free while we continue following your sections. So please be clear if we are paying, so that we can come prepared. Some of us who don't even have an initial start money are left just watching. I also want to know the minimum amount of money you need, and from where does one start? Father. Okay, Payok. Payok, you're not paying me. You cannot pay me. What did I say? You are not paying me. So that you're buying a $7,000 Naira worksheet to help you put your life together is the problem you have. That's why you're saying I'm avoiding your question. You are not paying me. Ladies and gentlemen, let me set the record clear. Maybe somebody who has even worked with me could be here. My one-on-one mentorship starts with 300,000 Naira. That's about $500,000 for one session. And you pay for minimum 8 sessions. When I do a board retreat or I do company retreat, if any of you, if I've worked with any of you, if by chance I've worked with your company and you are here, please just say so in the chat. It's $10,000 for one weekend to work with me. $10,000. And you are here complaining because I told you to make a commitment for yourself. And you are saying I'm not doing it free. And this is why a lot of our people remain extremely poor. Because you're always looking for free. For free, they should give you free and all that. Did I get what I'm teaching you free? Do you know how much I invested in going to certify, paying for certification, traveling to America, going through the certification process? I'm paying for hotel, paying for flight and everything. Did I get it free? I also have coaches. I have paid Billie Jean his marketing, $10,000. I have paid Sonny Lenarduzzi of YouTube, $4,600. And then somebody says, buy this for your good, for your own good. And the reason I'm doing it is actually for people like you, because many times when people don't pay for something, they do not appreciate it. You can't pay me. You can't pay me. Working with me one-on-one starts from $300, from $500,000. And there are people paying. There are people I'm working with privately whom you don't even know. And I don't even have time. I have two people who have been pursuing me. They want to sign up because some people understand the value of paying for mentorship, because many things that you will never learn and get in 10 years, a coach gives it to you in 1 hour, saves you all that time. You went to the university, you paid millions. How many millions the university? Paid $1 million every month. You paid millions every month, and you went to the university every year. After spending all that money in the university, what happened? You came out, you're sitting at home, no job. And then somebody tells you, download something for yourself to help you. You are complaining. You said it's free, and it's not free. So this one is not free. You think you are paying for my time with 7,000 naira. Okay, I have to set this because we have to set our mindset correctly. And this is how we start filtering out, you know, those who are, and that's why I also do the financial fitness challenge. Filter out all the noise. They're just bringing the few people who, because many times people only do the things that they're invested in. Free, all this free thing mentality. I don't know where it came from. I don't know where it came from, but it's killing us. It's killing us here in Africa. That's why people went for free food. How many died? I think we lost over 100 people going for free food. How long will you be on free? How long will you be the person now giving to other people? Not just the person receiving. Okay. So what I'm saying is not even making sense. So if you don't buy the forms, you are out. You are out. Of course, you are out. You are out. Yeah, you can't pay me. You are out. All right? You're out. So go out. It's okay. It's fine. You are going to find, and I'm not the only person. I'm not the only person online. Go find. There are people giving free things, and there are a lot of other people. It's not me. And everybody doesn't have to be. Remember, I've told all of you who follow me on Facebook, I'm not looking for follow. If you're here, it's adding nothing to me. If you are not here, it's adding nothing to me. I'm not doing it because of you. I'm not doing it because I'm paid. I just told you, look at diesel. Look at diesel. I use diesel generator. I've been running on diesel since we started this. Look at internet. Starlink, 159,000 a month. Look at lights. Look at everything. Then don't even talk about my time. And you say you're paying me, and you say this is not free. Give me a break. Go find another person. Go find another coach. Go find people who will do it free for you. Okay, I hope I've settled this. I don't want this kind of conversation, this kind of energy in my programs. So you're free, please, to leave. And if you can't buy it and go through, you're free. You're free to leave. If it's too much for you, please, you're just free to leave, okay? All right. So page 4, let's look at current financial reality. No, it's not distracting me. It's good, Godwin. It's not distracting me. It's not distracting me. I see people like this every time. But I just needed to make sure that everybody understands. Okay, somebody like that cannot pay me. I'm not doing this. Nobody is paying me. Nobody is paying me. Sometimes, maybe one day, I'll bring people who I work for to come and talk, to come and tell you. $500,000 for 60 minutes of my one session is 60 minutes. Maximum I give you 90 minutes. And then if you are engaging with me, you must pay for 8 sessions of $300 to $500. 8 sessions. I charge in dollars, or you pay the equivalent in your currency. I did something for a team in Ghana, in Tema. They paid $10,000, and they flew me. We're not playing here. We're not wasting. We're not playing. So many times I don't ask, because many of you come to my DM. Oh, I want to do one-on-one. I said, listen, just join the Financial Fitness Challenge, because that one is 120,000 naira now. You can do that one. You can't pay me. But I'm giving you this time because I'm trusting that maybe one person, 10 people might get it, and that may actually be able to commit. Okay? All right. Yes, you're welcome, Viliame. Okay. All right. So, current financial reality. So you always start from where you are. Now, for many of you who are familiar with big airports, I actually snapped one. I actually snapped one in Houston just a few months ago. My wife and I traveled to Houston and Colorado, a couple of places, North Carolina. So because I normally use this illustration, so I snapped it, which I can't show, but I think I can do it as a post. So when you go to large airports, Chicago, O'Hare, even Heathrow, many of these large airports, normally you will see this, they're not called milestones, but they're like maps. Okay, you'll see maps in different sections of the airport. Then you will see the map of the airport right there. Now, what you normally see is there's an arrow that points to a particular spot. An arrow points to a spot, and then they circle that little spot, and then they say, you are here. Because you might be in Terminal 2 and you're in Gate F, but you need to be in, let's say, Gate P or something. And it's going to be difficult for you to get there if you don't know where you are. So in the airport, if you have seen it, just say yes. If you've seen what I'm talking about in the airport, just type yes in the chat, okay, in the comment section. So now, because if you don't know where you are, you can't start plotting your direction to where you are going. So if you don't know that you're in location A, you can't find location F. Okay? So this is exactly the same thing. You know, when you are doing your financial planning, you have to start by being truthful about your financial situation. And a lot of people lie to themselves about their finances. A lot of people lie to themselves about their finances. But you need to come to the point, like, ask yourself hard questions. Like, if you run into a financial emergency right now and you need to raise 20 million naira, or you need to raise 200,000 cedis, Ghana cedis, otherwise you're going to die, and you need to raise it in 24 hours. Can you do that? So you need to do some reality checks on your finances. So this is what you do. Now, so 1A says, before we move forward, it's essential to take stock of where you currently stand financially. Knowing where you are today will help you track your progress and make necessary adjustments along the way. So this is why you have to do financial reality. Okay, so question 1 says, what is your current net worth? Please spend time there. During the Financial Fitness Challenge in February 18 to 21, I'm going to give you the net worth calculator. Okay, you need to know what your net worth is. You need to have your net worth in your finger, because net worth is the ultimate reality check. Because you can come to social media and then you're showing us your beautiful clothes and beautiful cars. But by the time we look at your net worth, the thing is a slap in your face. Because that's what happened to me. So the first time my children were going off to school in the US, I had to fill this form. For those of you who schooled in the US, you fill this CSS profile thing. And that thing is so thorough, because you have to talk about the financial position of your parents. That was the time I knew that in this part of the world, in Africa here, we don't keep financial records. And we don't take financial records serious. It was so thorough. They asked me way up to how many cars I have, the value of the cars, if I had real estate, the market value of the real estate, how much I pay on utility, I pay every single month, how much you spend on food, how much you spend on clothes. It was so thorough. What are the taxes you paid in the past 2-3 years? And they say, okay, attach evidence of your whatever. Man. And I found that exercise helped me. It was thorough because I didn't have those records. Maybe also because our financial system is not like, you have in the advanced world, because you can literally use your card, your credit card, and then print out your credit card statements, or print out or download it in an Excel sheet, and then use ChatGPT or something to analyze your patterns. But here we don't. We spend cash. We do all this. And we don't have records. Even when you go to the POS and then they give you money and then print out the receipt, or you buy fuel from the fueling station and then you pay them and they give you a receipt. How many of us keep it? But you see, knowing your net worth is so very important. It's so very important. Know your net worth, and it's basically what's your asset minus liability. The thing is humbling. The first time I calculated my net worth, it humbled me. So when I actually come out here and tell the people I'm not rich, I'm not kidding. I'm not just trying to be modest. I'm not. The good thing about my own situation is that I'm wise. So my wisdom covers for my not being rich. Because wisdom gives me literally everything I need, financial. For instance, I invested in everything I use. Everything I use around me, I invested. I decided to own the companies instead of just owning them, consuming them. So over time, I've invested in the telecommunications company. So to the point that now, what I get in the dividends from my telecommunications companies I invested in, what I get in those dividends pay for my internet every year. Now, I've started using Elon Musk's internet. Typically, my investment philosophy is to invest in everything I use. So, as I'm buying data for my phone, as I'm buying airtime, for my phone, I'm investing in my company. That's what it is. And then usually, what they pay me as dividends in the year, except last year that MTN did not pay because of these dollar problems, they made more money, but the naira was devalued. So even though they made more money, it was less. So they didn't give dividends, last year. But typically what they pay me in a year covers all my data needs, covers all my phone call needs. Isn't that wisdom? So I might not be rich, but you see, each time you buy airtime, each time you buy data, you make me rich. Each time you buy data, you make me rich. I invested strategically in the banks. So every time the bank charges you, I make money. That's why you've never heard me complain online about bank charges. Because it's my bank. I own the bank. I own shares in these banks. And then anytime they charge you interest, I make money. So at the end of the year, they pay me some very handsome dividends. So I decided I wasn't going to be a consumer. I was going to be an owner. So I'm not rich, but I'm wise. Just to prove the point I'm making to you. But back to what I'm saying about knowing your net worth. When I got to know my net worth, it humbled me. And especially when I converted it to dollars, it humbled me. So that's why if people are, they're boasting about, I can't, because I don't have anything to boast about. Does that make sense? So you need to know your net worth. Sit down tonight, calculate all your assets, the debts you are holding, all your liabilities, all the debts you are owing to financial institutions, you are owing to your uncle, to your mother, to your brothers, to your friends. Write out all those things. Then write out your asset. You have land, somewhere. What is the market price? You have stock investments in the financial markets in stocks, and how much is that? You have a house that's bringing in rent. How much is it valued at? Then remove your liabilities, all these things that you're owing, remove it from the asset. It gives you your net worth. And then for those of you in Nigeria, be humble, because even if you finish all these calculations and then your net worth is 100 million, by the time you divide it by dollar, that your 100 million is somewhere around $60,000. So you need to pay attention to what I'm teaching you, because we want to take it from $60,000 to $6 million. And it's not going to happen overnight. This is the process. You need to even start first of all. Many people have even negative net worth. You work, you get salary, work. No savings. No savings, no investment anywhere. People are living like that. It's scary. And they are 40, they are 45. It's scary. So when it comes to wealth, you've got to really bring your heart down and learn wisdom. Follow these principles I'm teaching you. It's boring. They are not the kind of hyped things, get rich quick things you see on social media. But if you want to be sustainably wealthy, you need to listen to what I'm telling you. You need to do this plan. Okay? Then, second question, what financial mistakes did you make in 2024 that you want to avoid in 2025? Very, very important. Some of you have been telling me, in the comment section and different places, like one lady said today, she said that, she was literally weeping. She said the money that she spent on vacation with the family this year, that if she had put it in the stock market, she knew where she would have been today. So I was comforting her. I said, no, don't worry. The fact that you identified your mistake is good enough, because you are not going to make it in 2025. The problem is that there are people who have not identified and sat down to say, these are the money mistakes I made in 2024. Guess what? They are going to carry that money mistake over into 2025. I don't know how many of you saw the post I published this afternoon. Nigerians drank $5.7 billion of beer. Did you hear the number? Nigerians drank $5.7 billion of beer. And I heard that South Africans, gambled something close to 20 billion or something dollars in 1 year. So, do you know what? In January 1, they will still drink. I'm told that a bottle of beer now, I don't know how much. For those of you who drink, you can correct me but I'm told that a bottle of beer now is between 900 or 800 and 900 naira. And usually when they drink that thing, you don't just drink that one bottle, especially when they are drinking in groups. Because someone told me that he drinks, that when he sits down to drink with his friends, that he easily drinks 5. Another one said he easily drinks 12 bottles. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 bottles of beer, even 2 bottles of beer a day. Can you imagine if you save that money and invest it? But people are still going to drink beer. People are still going to repeat the same habits in 2025. Then at the end of the year, they'll be blaming God, blaming government. If you're Tinubu, if I'm the president, do you think I will take you guys serious? $5.7 billion. That is almost 10 trillion naira. In beer, just beer. We're not even talking about the wine We are not talking about the wines, the gins, and all the other brands. Just beer. 10 trillion naira. And people are going around saying, oh, I don't earn enough money to save and invest. Can you imagine even the idiocy of the whole thing? And we are drinking $5.7 billion as a country in beer. Okay? So, what are the money mistakes, the financial mistakes you made in 2024 that you must avoid in 2025? All right, so let's take some examples. Let's take some examples. Right? Give me some examples. What are the mistakes you made? I gave you an example of the lady who told me that she spent an insane amount of money on vacation. There's nothing wrong with vacation. I like vacation. I like the beaches. But you see, one of the things I'm going to teach you during the Financial Fitness Challenge, when we talk about the investment philosophy, I want to teach you the strategy I use. What I want to do is I want to go from the place where I am using my capital, I'm spending my capital on vacation, on food, on buying car, to where my investment, the returns from my investment, the dividends, the profit from my investment will buy those things. Because, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, oh, I'm not rich, but I have wisdom. And then when I sit down and look at the way people treat money, I see people like, you're cannibalizing your capital. Your capital was not given you to use to go on vacation. Your capital was not given you to consume. Do you know why it's called capital? You know, remember in your basic economics, they talked about factors of production, factors of wealth. Anybody remember it? Type it in the comment section if you remember the factors of production. Anybody? Okay, so financial mistakes in 2024. Asema says no, not budgeting. Okay, that's an interesting one. Godwin says lending money to friends who never pay back till date. That's a big one. Fantastic. Perry says taking quick loans without double checking your wallet. Important. Okay. Samson said lack of financial planning, impulsive decisions that liquidate my finance. Okay. Saka said not saving at all this year. Good. So you guys are getting the hang of it. If you don't know what made you stumble in 2024, the same thing will make you stumble in 2025. So we are talking about the factors of production. They told us it's land, labor, and capital. Land, labor, and capital. So the primary function of your capital is to generate more capital. And that is the difference between the rich people and the poor people. The difference between poor people and rich people is the way they treat capital. Poor people treat capital with such laxity, with such disrespect. But rich people treat capital with a lot of respect. They treat capital, they hold capital, and they protect their capital. Poor people just expose their capital. I've had people in the village, you know, who work for me. They work for me and I pay them, and I pay them handsomely well. Somebody came to clean the compound for me. I paid this guy 30,000. That's a lot of money to pay. He, you know, typically people would people would pay him like 10 or 15. You know, but he said his son needed medical attention or something. So I gave him 30K. I paid him 3 times what normally he'll be paid. Do you know? So the poor people, once they get money, the next day, 2 days after it was Christmas, he was at my door, my gate here, knocking. Come and do Christmas for me. See, poverty. Do you know that if you give me 30,000 naira, do you know if you give me 30,000 naira now, do you know where it will go? It's capital. I don't cannibalize it. It goes straight into my investment account. So what I do, I don't have a savings account. Okay, I do have a savings account for minor where I don't put money. But my savings, I save directly into my investment account. I always want to have capital in my investment account so that when opportunity comes, I'll take it. Like I was telling some of you recently, I saw opportunity in the Nigerian stock market because this company, UACN, did so well. Their performance was very good. And I told you people take position. A lot of people didn't have money to buy. I bought nearly 60,000. Within 1 week, the thing had appreciated. I had capital gains of about 300 and something thousand naira. Within not even 1 week, within 3 days of movement, quietly, no noise, nobody knows, and it's still going. So don't cannibalize your capital. So for some of you, your mistake, I would like you to write it there. Write it the way of putting it. I cannibalized my capital in 2024. You're using your capital to do vacation. You're using your capital to buy personal car. I'm not talking about car that you use for business because I know it's a sore wound for many Nigerian youth. So I use my capital to buy some consumable. So that is a big money mistake. So I need you to write it down in that space, okay? All the errors. Some of you said you didn't have budget. So in 2025, I don't want to catch you without a budget. Okay? The reason you write, then some of you said you lent money to friends and they never paid you back up to today. And you have learned your lesson. So January, excuse me, they will come again. Will you lend them money again? Okay? So what are the financial mistakes you should not repeat? All right, so let's go to number 3 of 1A. Number 3 of 1A. For those of you just joining us, we are going through the 2025 Financial Freedom Plan. If you don't have that worksheet, if you haven't downloaded it, the link, it is pinned. Get it now, because that's what we're also going to focus on tomorrow. We don't want you to get into 2025 without a plan. Without a plan. So for the first time, have a plan that works, because the way I have arranged the worksheet is not just so that you can talk about what you are going to spend, but you also have to think about how you are going to make that money, how you are going to manage it, and then what kind of systems you are going to create to make sure that the mistakes you made in 2024, you are not going to make it in 2025, but that you have a stronger financial position. So the whole essence of this is for you to have stronger financial position in 2025 than you had in 2024. You see, because many people are getting weaker financially. Every year they are weaker financially. And they will blame the economy. No, it's not the problem of the economy. Some people are getting stronger financially. Their financial positioning is getting stronger, even with the bad economy. It's because you don't have a plan and then you don't have a strategy. So this worksheet tells you step by step how to make this thing happen. So make sure you download it. We will still follow it tomorrow. We will still make it happen tomorrow. Okay, so let's go to number 3. Number 3 is very important. So it's not just enough talking about the financial mistakes you made in 2024. You also want to talk about the financial strengths and skills that you exhibited in 2025. So, number 3, what financial strengths and skills will you carry forward into 2025? So before you answer this question, let me explain again financial skills and strengths. Then I would like you to type your answer so I can read it out and then give you feedback. Now, there are 3 major categories of financial freedom skills. If you want to be financially free, it doesn't matter the country you live in, it doesn't matter your background, whether you come from a poor family or a wealthy family, it does not matter your color or what language you speak, whether it is in Fiji Island, or it is in Haiti, or it is in Gambia, or it's in Zambia, wherever you're watching from, there are only 3 major categories of financial skills. If you must be financially free, if you lack one, you must have these 3 skills. If you lack one, you can never be financially free till death. Okay? The first set of skills, number 1, is money-making skills, income skills. That's even where to start. Because many people don't know how to make money. Do you know that there are income skills? How to make money. So you can make money in several ways. You can become an employee. You apply for a job. And you apply for a job. Someone said it's not opening. The link is not opening. Yes, it is. I'm not sure why it's not opening for some people, but it is opening, please. It's live. So some people apply for, don't even know how to look for a job. That's a basic income skill. Don't even know how to look for a job. People come to me, oh, please, sir, I need a job. Can you help me get a job? I say, what job do you need? They say, any job. Then I know. And the way that people applied for jobs or got jobs in 1970 is the way people are still trying to get jobs today. The way people applied for job in the 80s, 90s is the way people are trying to get a job today. You can't get a job that way today. It's totally different. In those days, you might say, okay, you need someone to give recommendation. Nobody cares about recommendation. So what happens is, if you want to get a job in 2025, I can teach you how to get a job very easily. If you are the type interested in getting job, because getting job is one way, starting your business, going into entrepreneurship is another way. That's actually my favorite way, entrepreneurship, and I'll talk about that way. To get a job in today's world, number 1, forget your certificate. Forget it. Forget that piece of paper you got from the university. And I know it's very hard for some, but no one cares about certificate. And meanwhile, like in our country, many people, or everybody knows how you got the certificate, how most of you got your certificates. And then people have certificates, but they don't have skills. Okay? They have fantastic certificates, but they don't have skills. All right, so let's charge this phone. It's showing me signs before it takes us out rudely. Okay, so what do? Companies are not looking for certificates. What are they looking for? Companies are looking for people. Companies, number 1, have a problem. They have problem, big problem. And they are looking for someone to come and solve it for them. So sending me your CV and asking me to get your job, that's old, it's outdated. Nobody does that. Nobody cares. I don't even know who you are. I don't know what your skills. And I don't know what that company, I don't know the problem that they're trying to solve. So people are not employing you to help you, because people are looking like getting a job is a sympathy thing. Please help me. I graduated 3 years ago. I don't have work. I don't have money to feed my family. And this. No way. Nobody's looking for sympathy. Nobody wants to employ you to do charity for you. People want to employ you because you have skills to solve problems for them. So if you want to get a job in 2025, don't go begging. Don't go ask anybody to find job for you. What do? Step number 1, find out the particular industry that you want to work in. Find the particular industry that you want to work in. That's number 1. Step number 2, research the problems that those people are having. For instance, the insurance industry in Nigeria. I did something for insurance people. They had about 260 CEOs that invited me to come and, coach them. And I said, guys, listen, in Nigeria, also in Ghana, because I lived in Ghana, I said that insurance uptake in this country is crazy. It's not up to 0.5%. So we are saying that out of the 200 and something, 210, I don't know, they keep giving us different figures, 210, 215 million Nigerians, that less than 0.5% have insurance. People don't even have insurance. Okay? And I was telling them that the biggest competitor of the insurance industry in Nigeria is religion. And so you've got to market this thing differently, because it's so difficult to convince a typical and average religious Nigerian to buy insurance. What do they typically say? You say, oh, you could die tomorrow, you could die next year, you have little children, you have a young wife, you need to have a plan, take a policy or something, something. You know what they will say? You know what they will say? Type it in the comment section before I say it. You know what a typical Nigerian will say? It's not my portion. You know, there's something that they'll do like this. They say, it's not my portion. But it's their portion. People are dying every day. Okay. So now, if you want to now get a job in the insurance industry, that's a big problem they have. People are not subscribing to insurance because they have beliefs, they have convictions, they have cultural anecdotes that they give themselves that keep them from investing in insurance. So now, if you now want a job with an insurance company, what do? Go to LinkedIn. Start publishing posts, create posts, and now it's very easy to actually make very good content because you can use artificial intelligence, you know, they can help you. Start creating posts that address those problems, meaningful posts. Address those problems. Offer solutions. Do you know what? Because those insurance MDs are listening, the insurance HR, they are reading. Oh, what are they saying? This guy seems to be something. So the next day, when there is an opening, or you write them, you say, okay, this is who you are, this is that and that and that. This is what you can offer the company. You can bring in some digital marketing skills that can allow the company to get more subscribers, you know, for your insurance product. That's how to get job. That's how to get job in this generation. Stop going around disturbing people and say, oh, this is my CV. Who cares about your CV? People have problems. Go find the problem, solve it. So we are talking about income generating skills. We are talking about money making skills. So many people don't even have it. There are also money making skills when it comes to starting your own business. Okay, for those of you just joining us, if you haven't shared, it's important. I really appreciate it. It's important for me that you share this. So you're getting value here, and it's totally free. So, and this is one way for the algorithm to make this available for so many people. What you are suffering in our part of the world is not lack of money. It's lack of knowledge, the right kind of knowledge. And then you go online, all you see is people, you know, dancing and shaking their behind. So when people dance and then they shake their behind, it will get like 10 million views. But then when you come to this kind of content that actually helps people to order their lives, you are getting just 23 views and things like that. So when you share it, I think it helps the algorithm say this content is helpful and people need to. So I want to just pause. I want to pause for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and I want all of you to please click the share button right now. And then in the caption, you can say something like, you need to listen to this now. Then when you have done that, come to the comment section and say shared. Let me know that you have done it. Everybody, I would really appreciate it if you haven't shared this. Please go ahead and share it. And if you haven't liked it or put love, I think it deserves it. What you've been hearing deserves your love. So strike that love button. So share it and then type in the comment section shared. Take 20 seconds to do that, everybody. Take 20 seconds to do that. The like button and then also share it. Okay, and then type shared. If you have shared it, just type shared. Let me know that you've done that. Thank you, Clement Coco. Shared. Lina, are you good? Thank you for joining us. James Ubede. Okay, true, very true, right? Thank you, Ziwa. Shared. Wizzy Black, thanks for joining us. Thank you, Soji. Soji has done. Precious has shared. Thank you. Ogechi. Okay. Karen Velasquez, thank you for joining us. Karen, what country are you joining us from? I think I haven't seen Brazil yet. Maybe because of language and all that, but let me know where you are joining. Godwin, thank you. Oliseku, thank you for sharing. Bakari Sise, thanks for joining. Thank you, Edric, for sharing. Helen Rotimi, thank you for sharing. Asema Kelvin, thank you very much. Maratu Erose, thanks for joining. Thank you, Soji. Okay, excellent. Excellent. All right, thank you very much. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're talking about the 3 core financial freedom skills. So somebody type it in the comment section, 3 core financial freedom skills. So we said there's money-making skills, and money-making skills, there's so many money-making skills. And then one of the ways to learn a money-making skill, if you look around you, I'm sure you can confirm this. If you look around you, you see you have some friends who are really very good at making money. Everything they touch turns to gold. Let me also say at this stage, by the way, that the number 1 money-making skill in the world that everybody here needs to learn is selling. Selling. You can sell your way out of financial struggle. Everyone here can sell. I think what we will do during the Financial Fitness Challenge, 18th February to 21st February, we are going to do a session on selling. I think I should do a training for selling. A lot of people, I didn't know for some reason, are shy to sell, or they feel afraid of rejection, so they don't sell. But selling is the biggest, is the number 1 money-making skills. Money-making skill. Marketing is also a powerful money-making skill. All right? So, marketing, selling, finding a job. When you find a job, the skill to be promoted, the skill to grow in your job so that you can be promoted, the skill to be distinguished in your job. Because if you make yourself replaceable, you can't be paid much, okay? But if you are basically irreplaceable, you are so valuable to the company that they don't want to lose you. They will give you more money. Okay, the second set of skills is money management skill. You might also know some of your friends. They are very good at making money, but they are extremely bad at managing it. So there are people who they come into cycles of abundance. They make a lot of money, and then it's followed by a cycle that they go through depression, no money, and then all over again, something happens. They make so much money because they can sell, because they have a particular skill, or maybe they are quite good with tech, or maybe they are even very good with trading Forex, trading stocks, European stocks, American stocks. They are very good at it. Then they make so much money. And then what do? The next time they go to the nearest hotel in Lagos and pay for 6 months. Then they start carrying the girls and all that. And then within 2 months, all the money they made is gone. Then they start all over again. So they have money making skills, but they don't have money management skills. They are different. Then the third set of financial freedom skills is money multiplying skills. The poor people don't multiply their money. The rich people multiply their money. The skill to make your money work for you. Because I am ordering my finances in such a way that at some point, I don't need to work again for money. Because how long are you going to work? So for now, some of you might be in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s and all that. But you can continue doing what you are doing, till you are 70. I feel saddened. Some of us, the other day I mentioned that there was so much poverty in America, and people were like, America, how can? Because people don't believe that there are poor people in America. But there are more people in some parts of America than we have in our cities in Africa. Extreme poverty. And then I go to some of the um, um, shops and supermarkets and things like that, and I'm seeing very elderly people still working. People that could easily be in their 70s, they are still working, doing the minimum wage thing at 70, and you can see how frail they are. If you're watching from America, please confirm what I'm telling you. There are people who are in their 70s who still have to go back to work because they can't retire. They can't retire. So some people literally work until the day they die. And the day they die, there's no investment, there's no saving. That is horrible. Why? Because they did not have the money multiplying skills that will let you make your money work for you now that you're working and earning salary and earning income in your business. You've got to learn money multiplying skills to make your money work for you, so that when you are no longer able to work, sometimes you should rest, for goodness sake. At sometimes you should rest and let the money you invested. There was a day I went to First Registrars a couple of years ago, and I saw this woman. This woman was in her 80s. They were helping her up the floor. This woman had been investing when she started working, maybe like a civil servant. She had been investing. You know, in those days before everything became digital, I mean, the Nigerian Stock Exchange has really, really advanced to the point that we can do live trading ourselves. You know, in those days, because I've been investing in the stock market for 21 years. In those days, you have to go physically to the office of the stockbroker to fill a demand form for them to buy for you. But today, you literally watch the prices going. You're watching the bids, and then you're watching the offers, and then you place your trade without talking to anybody. It's advanced, and I'm not sure many of you know that the Nigerian Stock Exchange is advanced like that. When I was in the US, I was trading. I was still able to fund my investment account from the US, and I'm still trading from there. I trade with my phone. I trade in the bathroom. I trade in the stock market everywhere. But in those days, you had to go there. So now this woman went there. I also went there for something. I don't remember what it was, whether unclaimed dividends or something. And then someone whispered, this woman could easily have 200 of those days, 200 million naira. Because at 80 years, if that woman had started investing, because a lot of people were privileged enough to know about the stock market from the 70s. At that time, she was 80. She did not need to work, but she had enough investments. If she needed to do anything, she didn't have to depend on her children or her grandchildren. She would liquidate some shares, solve any problem. If she had any health issue, I know a man like that. He pays for he goes to the United States, you know, every year for his medical checkup and things like that. And it's coming from his money. Too much money. He has investment in the market. He just sells some, gets his ticket, goes, pays his bills, and comes back here. Because he had the gift of the skill of multiplying his money. All right, so I took time to explain that so that it can give you a rich context to fill question number 3. Okay, and then for those of you joining us who haven't downloaded the form, the link is there, because that's where we are crafting our plans. So download it even after this tonight, because tomorrow we are going to continue with that. I want you to step into 2025 with a definite plan that you can execute. Okay, so let me read your answers to the previous one. Olise said the link can't still open. Don't know why. Is there any other way, sir? Okay. Let me know if it still doesn't open for you. Let me know. Just DM me, and then I'll see how else we can get it done. Okay. All right. So now I need to fill number 3. What financial strengths and skills will carry you forward into 2025? So be very specific. Let me give you one of my examples. This year, I stored commodity. I bought palm oil, very, very fresh and handmade palm oil, very, very traditionally prepared palm oil. I bought it at the time that it was really cheap. And I traveled myself, tasted the oil, bought it, and I stored it. Because what happened was, from my research, because someone also mentored me into it, mentorship is important. So from my research, I found that a certain time in the year, sometime around April, the farmers, it's usually farming season from April, late March farming season. The farmers usually needed money for farming. The farmers usually needed money for farming. And palm oil became very cheap because they would sell one commodity, palm oil, at that time in order to get money to buy seedlings like yam, to buy cassava stems and all those things. So because of it, there's a lot of glut in the market, palm oil, then the thing drops. Then I found that later in the year, sometime in November, October, November, December, palm oil becomes very, very expensive. And so I made a special space to store palm oil. So I stored palm oil. I did a test program. I stored it, and then I sold it. So that is like a skill of commodity trading. So that would be the skill. So I used that skill for the first time, commodity trading, physical commodity trading for the first time. So I'm going to repeat it in 2024. So I'm now doing what we call backward integration. I am arranging next year to produce the oil myself. And as a matter of fact, I already have an order. Someone has ordered 1,000 gallons, 25-liter gallons. He said, if I can find raw materials enough to make 10,000 gallons, 25-liter gallons, I will uptake it. So you see how I'm carrying a financial strength. An experiment I did, financial strength from 2024 into 2025 for more profit. Can you imagine going from just 60 25-liter gallons to doing 1,000, and there's already a market waiting for it? So that's what I want you to write, okay? So everyone, open your sheet. Do that number 3. After that, we'll do one more. We'll do one more page, and then we'll continue tomorrow. So, what financial strengths and skills will you carry forward into 2025? What financial skills did you exhibit this year? Or have you had before? Maybe selling, maybe marketing, maybe negotiating, maybe commodity trading, maybe forex trading, maybe stock trading. What financial strength did you exhibit in 2024 that you will carry forward in 2025? Okay. Ziwa says, I will continue with my saving behavior. Fantastic. And delayed gratification. Very, very good. Very, very good. That's a very good one. So Ziwa, you remember that's one of the things I stressed this year. That's one of the things I stressed this year. Delayed gratification. Okay? Samson says, forex trading. Fantastic. That's a financial skill. Financial skill. Fantastic. Okay? What else? What else? What financial strengths? Even if you don't have the worksheet, you can still type something here because you can learn and other people can learn from your response. What financial skills and strengths did you use this year that you're going to take into 2025? Okay. Excuse me. Abbas says the ability to identify opportunities and talents. Fantastic. Fantastic. You're getting the hang of it. Everybody, I want others continue because everyone, we're also learning. Saka talks about investing in the stock market. Fantastic. Okay, keep it going. Let me get some water. Let me get some water to sip. That is amazing because all of us are learning. We are all learning. You know, from our strengths and from our mistakes. Okay. Kechiku talks about mentorship. Drop shipping. Fantastic. Maureen, well done. Abu says saving. All right. Soji says marketing and selling. Very good. Selling production. Okay. Viliami says stock trading. Fantastic. Excellent. Maureen, thank you. At some point, if I could, I would bring some of you up to tell us a little bit more about that. Okay. Etim says, where can I get your books in hard copies? Because I find it difficult to read online and comprehend. Though I've already bought the one. We used to have some of my books in stores, but it was funny because they all sold my books and never gave me my money. So usually, so I have a couple of books, hard copy. The challenge with hard copy is, one, it's far more expensive than the one you easily download because cost of producing books right now. Sometimes if we do, I print in China. And in those days, you could do a book with $3. If you are doing up to, 3,000 copies, you could do a book for $2, $3. Today, even if it is, $5, by the time you multiply that, you're doing a small book, for saving the $3 or $4 to produce. That is already in the Nigerian Naira. That is already like 8,000. Then you bring them here, and so you're wondering, small booklet is for you to recover the cost of your production. A very small booklet will be going for like 15,000, and I have to do excellent job. But one of the things I will also investigate is printing in Nigeria. Okay, so but why I like the online version is that it's immediate, and then you can highlight it. You can do a lot of things, with it. But I do have a few hard copies, and if you definitely need hard copies, you'll just be ready to pay for the shipping. Okay, Rich says crypto, very good. Okay, data entry skills. Got who says data entry skills, crypto trading, fantastic. Staying away from time wasting activities. That's the money making skills far beyond. Excellent, excellent. Okay, discovering other streams of income that yield profit while retaining my capital. Fantastic. I like that. Godwin Essien. Oliseku says selling a product, interior and exterior decoration. Fantastic. And in fact, what we're going to do, I think we can round off with this today, and then we start with page 5 to give other people who haven't downloaded the worksheet the opportunity to do so. So what we're going to do today is, I see that there are so many people who have incredible products and services here. And what I usually want to do is to connect you in the network. So in a group like this where you have over 300 people, there's always someone who has a product or service that another person needs. So while we close today, can you take a moment, every one of you, tell us where you have watched from, where you are joining from, and tell us what services and products you provide, okay? So basically, I'm asking you, make your pitch. Use this platform, pitch what you do. Maybe you make shoes. Maybe you do drop shipping. Maybe you're into logistics. Maybe you produce cream or whatever you do. Tell us what you do. Tell us what you do for people, so that we can use that. Tell us which city you're watching us from, which city, what country you're watching us from. Tell us what you do, okay? And then, so that people can contact you. If anybody here needs your services, and some of you are from different countries, there may be something that you make in Cameroon that someone in Gambia needs. There may be something that people in Fiji Island produce that someone in Nigeria might decide to import. Tell us what you do. Tell us what country, where you're watching from, and what you do. Okay, everybody, tell us where you're watching from. So G, watching from Lagos. So he does driving and security. Fantastic. Let's take the remaining 3 minutes, the remaining 2 minutes to do that. Everybody, tell us what country and what you do. If people want to do business with you, or if you have some skill for a job, what do you do so people can reach you? Okay. So I would like all of you to look at what each other is typing so that you can connect. I'm building a platform, you know. Okay. Like Ovromo does, he registers businesses. Okay. Okay, Samsung is into pure gold, jewelries. Okay, toothbrush, vegetable oil. Adenero Joseph, fantastic. Okay. Jeffrey, okay. Contractor and plumbing works. Yeah, let me all know what you do. God's Will does premium bole and fish. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay. All right, watching from the United States, ministry. Okay. Villame is watching from Fiji in the Pacific Islands. Consultant in disaster risk reduction and currently work with UNDP. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Amadi is watching from, Maureen is watching from Canada. Dropshipping. Eric, Nairobi, Kenya. Chatting from Nigeria. Iron Bender. That's amazing. Okay. Soma is watching from Ogongo in Namibia. Okay. Security guard. Fantastic. Okay. So this also will help me when we are doing tomorrow's session to use specific examples to what you do. So I'm going to take time and go through all this. Okay. Daniel does laundry and decorations. Amazing. Really good. Monogramming. Solomon. Provision and food stop. Okay. Chikunwobodo. Fantastic. Whoa, Abbas runs Facebook ads. Okay. Abbas, please DM me. Let's talk. I need to run ads. DM me, please, immediately after this. Okay. Clement is watching from Burkina Faso. Okay. Into QI company. Fantastic. Okay. Godwin is watching from Lagos, clearing and forwarding. Okay. Bo is an RN in Canada. Fantastic. Okay. All right. Okay. Very, very good. Very good. This is amazing. You know, we have literally all the professions. Okay. Kojo is watching from Kaswa in Ghana, general electrician. Clement is a microfinance practitioner in Abuja. Amazing. Emily is a pilot with Delta Airlines. Fantastic, Emily. Fantastic. Delta Airlines. Love it. Love Delta. We do all kinds of printing and customization jobs. Phone seller. Okay. Emily is pilot. Watching from Alabama, USA. Fantastic, fantastic, amazing. All right, we have an animal scientist here, Mayowa, and also a writer, freelance writer. Awesome. So just put everything you do here, and then I want us to feel very free to grow the wealth in the community. So if you see what people do here that you can connect with, or even someone you can partnership with, that's the forum I'm creating here. Okay, like Abbas, I'm going to have to work with Abbas on my Facebook ads. And so if you find someone you can partnership with here to grow your businesses and to grow the things you do, please, by all means, do. Some of you in the same city, connect. All right, there's someone who is an electrician and a plumber here. If you're in Port Harcourt and then you need a job, you have a job in your house, reach out to the person. Okay, let's build a community. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we are going to say to draw the curtain for today. And we are going to continue at exactly the same time tomorrow. And we will continue with creating the plan and then with education, the financial education necessary for you to have a very, very fulfilling 2025. So it's been my pleasure spending the time with you, and I would love to do the same thing tomorrow again. And whatever happens, ladies and gentlemen, keep showing up, because you have no idea what's coming your way next. And I'll see you exactly same time tomorrow. Good night.